2 years ago, when Vermont lawmakers embarked on the long-term project of passing a carbon tax, Tony Klein, chair of the House Energy Committee, said, "It won't be in 2016 because you don't do that in an election year." Well, 2017, here we come. To lay the groundwork, Klein's committee took days of solid testimony and solicited marketing advice from a conga line of left-wing business types and activists. Here's some of the quick highlights of what was said.
We need to have the revenue. So even if you don't believe in climate change, all right, it's got to come from somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So
So
that's the connection that we're trying to make with the, I hate to say it, dreaded word, carbon tax.
so
This next video was put together by Bloomberg Business in December and sort of was a wrap-up of the Paris climate talks.
We need to price carbon.
A rules-based carbon price.
We need to put a price tag on carbon emissions.
Tax on carbon.
Carbon tax.
So what we want to do is have a fee for carbon.
The time to answer humankind's greatest challenge is now.
so it's very important to have leaders like Vermont talking about climate change all the time and focusing our solutions to everything, in the context of climate change.
The line to pay attention to is the medium, the gold line there, which is our proposal of raising a carbon pollution price starting at $10 per ton of emissions to $100 per ton of emissions in the year 2028, so 10 years down the line.
The way that Vermont needs to lead and lean forward. Now is the time, we think, actually taking on carbon and climate. So we played a leading role in organizing business support in this space. We gathered behind the visit from Vice President Gore here to Vermont, a coalition of companies that support a price on carbon pollution.
And we hear from lots of businesses and business organizations of the burden of a carbon tax. And here you are saying, what?
There will be a burden, but it's a burden we need to bear for on it. So it's $1.57 is what I was paying, as opposed to $3.89 2 years ago. So I think, I don't know how long this window will be open, but I think it's an opportune time to use a tax on it,
And we will see the elimination over a certain period of time, pick your number, where fuel stations will begin to be supplanted. I happen to drive an electric vehicle, and I have solar panels on my home, and I charge my car every night in my garage, and I drive out with a full tank in the morning.
The hope that I would have that this committee continues to think about over the course of this legislative session is not if we should put a price on carbon pollution, but how.
This is really, as you say, transformational. This is coming whether you like it or not. It makes much better business sense to get out ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
You'll do much better. It's a tough, slow message, but that's what this committee has been doing for 2 years now.
Right.
And
statistical insignificance doesn't mean that we can't play our part.
Is even the climate alarmists, the ones who think the world is ending now and that there's nothing we're going to do about it, they're still not willing to pay more at the pump.